Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. Now, 3 days ago, actually on my birthday, Protoje dropped an album called The Art of Acceptance. Now, with Protoje himself, I've only heard The Third Time's a Charm album, and other than that, it's just been random songs here and there, or if it featured somewhere on a song. But I do genuinely like him. I did see his show at Reggaeton last year, and he did put a good performance. Obviously, I can't even remember what songs he was playing, but it was a good show. Now, in terms of The Art of Acceptance, this is something that I've been doing for the past 3 years. Just, accepting things as they are. Not trying to judge things in terms of from my conditioning. But then there's a little Google part as well, like that's why because I wouldn't have called it The Art of Acceptance. Not that it isn't, because after reading this section it makes a lot of sense. And here it says, the art of acceptance involves recognizing and embracing situations as they are, rather than resisting or judging them. It is about finding peace by accepting the impairment and unsatisfactory nature of life, which helps to alleviate suffering. Acceptance does not mean giving up, rather it focuses on what you can control, such as your attitude and response, while acknowledging what you cannot. This practice can enhance emotional well-being, reduce stress, and foster a more positive outlook on life. And like I said, obviously if you have been here before and you've watched my videos, you know that this really does resonate with me, because obviously that's all we can ever do is practice the art of acceptance, because present moment is all you have, and the only things that are in your control are your feelings, are your thoughts, your emotions. Just everything that happens inside you is in your control. Anything on the external level that's outside of you, it mostly cannot be controlled. And also, the uncomfortable truth is as well that your feelings come from your brain. They are produced by your chemistry, and they arise through your conditioning. Nobody comes along and, hits you with a shot of adrenaline, gives you a sensation called feeling. You do it to yourself by how your mind and body is being conditioned. And I have really found my peace in that way, because when you do accept things as they are, it's just you can just feel a sense of relief. Like Eckhart Tolle says, you can only accept situation, change the situation, or leave it. Anything other than that, it's madness, because obviously you're just overthinking, you're ruminating. So you have to accept things. Obviously sometimes there is a point where obviously it's different, because obviously if somebody just comes up to you and hits you, or it's different, but there's still acceptance that has to be had, even in terms of, like, for example, for me, where I've let's say you get a flat tire. Instead of going, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got a flat tire, what now? What now? You can either do it yourself, and if you can't, there's always somebody you can call. So, and once you do, if you don't do that, or for example, even like your language, if you use the word can't, if you just keep, oh, I can't do this because of X, Y, and Z, the I can't already, it's just such a negative thing. But if you change it to, I find this difficult, that's more of an acceptance towards that, because just saying I find it difficult opens up more doors towards whatever it is you want to do. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to be saying on here. Obviously there's like a few albums that I have missed. I'm not fully I wouldn't say I'm not a Protoje fan, because I am of what I've heard, but I'm not a die-hard fan, and I've definitely not heard all of his stuff. So I will be working through his albums eventually in some sort of order. Well, not order, because obviously this is like the latest album, and his album before The Art of Acceptance was not In Search of Zion, because that's like the word for it, like a different version of album from In Search of Lost Time, because I have heard Switch It Up on there from Coffee and him, and that album was actually in 2021. So realistically, it has been like 5 years since we had a project from Protoje, but not even, I didn't hear it then. So I can't actually remember when I first discovered Protoje, what his first song I've heard, or maybe on a feature. But yeah, without getting too much into this, let's actually start with the first track, called Something I Said.
All praise to the Most High. So far so good. Not take no check from no guy. Show me which man would have to stand on business. Some a stand and pose in another one business. I accept, I mean no have an ounce of regret. No amount would I ever make me counter the steps and start doubting every moment I had. I suppose it was something I said. Tell me, what did I do? The more you say about me, the more it say about you. Yeah, the harvest plenty, I laborers.
Listen, this is the thing. Actually, hold on. It'll be easier if I, let me just search this up and let me read you a little something, because it's the thing, like, it's another part of acceptance and owning, you know, your feelings. Because when someone says something that activates you, the activation is not coming from them, it's coming from your conditioned response to what they said. Two people can hear the same words and have entirely different reactions, because their conditioning is different, the mental files are different, the loops are different. And when you blame other people for how you feel, you are producing blame chemistry in your body. Anger, resentment, bitterness, helplessness. These are chemicals that are being manufactured by your own system, your own body and your mind, due to the condition you have had. So, and I know this isn't pleasant to hear, but it's facts. Like, yeah, it's like only you can influence what happens next. Like, if you choose not to react to something that a person has said or done, then they don't have any power. Like, it's just gone. And obviously, then when you're not, you know, blaming them and saying, oh, this person made me feel like this, then you're not producing those chemicals in your body to make yourself feel worse.
Bad mind make you constipate. I can see your eyes getting red. Was it something I said? Filled with desperation and dread. Was it something I said?
So it was just on my mind, like, also there has to be an acceptance that your words do have an impact on somebody else. So you saying something, like I said, it can influence how that other person feels, but it's only influencing them from a point of their conditioning. But there still has to be a responsibility where you have to step back and, okay, you know, I can see that me saying that has brought up some emotions, so I'm not going to say and do it again. But obviously, if you carry on, then that's when you can truly say this person's a dickhead.
I can see your eyes getting red. Was it something I said? Filled with desperation and dread. Was it something I said? Looking at me eye and don't tell me no lie.
that one. They don't really afraid to death.
Death is a force of nature, Jack. Just like lightning. The righteous face it every day and pass it by. But those with evil in their hearts fear it. That is why there is no need to slay the wicked. Just lead them to face death, and they will perish.
Coulda kick off any minute. Watch how you attack, everybody have a limit. Don't play, little juvie, then we pay you a visit same day with a couple AK. Everything I get is free. No hesitate when they run up every day. From the sun up, it's a lay with the gun up. Man, them a be matic and he stay on his stomach. Them no afraid to get me all the station. I bun up in a done stage with a 12 gauge. Pan some groups I think we all fear. So them don't care violence away them consume. From the leave home. So
hold on, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it back. Like, I was getting too lost in a bit, and then I started listening to what he was saying, but then the beat changed, and it. But oi.
Still I not see my brothers are criminal, you know. Learn this, cause when Columbus and Henry Morgan and Francis Drake come on, yeah, I'm gonna call them pirates and put them on a reading book and give us observation that we must look at and live the life and the principles of pirates. To the youth them now, fire up them gun like Henry Morgan, same way. You know, see?
no, the youth them knock it, money in a pocket. No aim shot it, Kylian Mbappe. Millions entrap it, that's it at the topic. Brutality, the tactic, have a rifle, they pan rapid. Some of them prepare the profit, no bother with the beef. That bring police and the money happy see. Star pocket happy grease, man a profit in a speech. Traffic on the street, them a traffic on the seas. And a traffic to no pre, you listen when them speak. You can take a peek, you will trouble on your feet. Resemble poverty, oh the atrocity. Statistically, categorically agree. You know see, say it get real. Highly see, I'm in sword and shield. Sun by day and the moon by night. Jah Rastafari protect I life. And when the place get warm, I pray your days be no less than long.
Hold on. I'm not taking it fully back. Alright, this next track is called Ting Loud, featuring excuse me, Masika. And as far as I'm aware, I've not heard any of his songs, maybe on a feature, but I have got one of his albums in my yet to be heard. I'm not sure when I've put it into it, and I don't even know which album it is. I think it's the Generation of Kings album that I got saved. Yes, yeah, it is. It's actually released an album last year as well. But yeah, I saved that, and then last year, Coffee, in her original Coffee song, so there's nobody sicker right now than the one Masika. So that made me more intrigued as well, because obviously there's a lot of sick artists out there, especially in my opinion. And I fully do rate Coffee, so her saying that apart from her, there's only one person that's sicker, we'll see about that. But for the time being, this is Ting Loud. I was going to put my headphones on. But they're over there.
Say, and more times than often, they don't know
45. This is the only song I have heard from this album, but there is a music video, so without any delays, let's go.
So string up, pick it up like whoa. In every arena we know like no. Good sense in me, here is all I know. Rastafari know, Rastafari know. Big 45, bust it off right low. Man of his survive is a fight right show. Never did no light in a high shine low. Rastafari know. Hoping is a destiny, you see another day. Never lose your get the trouble coming on your way. Reality created by your thoughts and what you say. Secrets in the spirit.
Like that line, when I heard it, was just like, yeah, because literally anything that you think will create a reality. So if you get, oh, I'm just ill all the time, I'm ill all the time, then you're gonna be ill all the time. Bad things are happening to you, then bad things will keep happening to you. This is where the art of acceptance comes into it, like just accepting that your inner world is the only thing you can control, and when it's running uncontrollably, that it's just running as a conditioned loop, it's hard to switch off from that, and you every time, every day, every minute, you keep reinforcing that loop. Okay, the next track is Goddess with Shenseea, and yeah, with Shenseea, the more I'm seeing from her, the more intrigued I am to checking her stuff out. Both her projects are on my list, and they have been for a while. But obviously recently I've heard from her in the Slip and Slide track on Wizkid's More Life Less Ego, and now she's here with Protoje on Goddess, so I'm intrigued what she's saying on here. And I also know there is a music video, but I might check it out another time. So obviously this is the first time listen, but she's so fine. Now, do you know what? I think I'm gonna watch the video. What can I say? Present moment has called for it.
Yeah.
So fine. A goddess.
You a goddess. Some would I say you're the baddest. I would I say you're the best. Yeah, real something say it to my chest.
Yes, I'm a goddess. Better know you have to try your hardest. Want something real in a times like these. When things are wrong, back up and leave.
First class, top shelf. Good girl with your bad self. Been a pretty style for a minute. But I'm alive when you're in it. Fact is, I love how you switch your roles like an actress. From stage to your youth by a practice. Touch your role, sports mode, yeah, you're active. You're so attractive.
Yes, I need that. God bless, mama never raise a idiot. I call you on, me not bright enough a sweet chat. When I say I wanna mean, that's what I'm not gonna do around.
Everything about her, how she sounds, what she's saying, how she looks, her accent, like a goddess.
I may just wanna see you win, wanna see you grin. Ready when you're ready, girl, wanna do your
And
thing.
I'm a try for act it, know my bad like hospice. Used to think my heart like up, you coming like the lock bitch. Can you be my home? I'm a second show. Only one that king when me can put up on a throne.
Make you listen, me no darling. Ready, no rush. Wouldn't violate, for me love you can't trust. I may just wanna see you win, wanna see you grin. Ready when you're ready, girl, wanna do your
And I'm
thing.
a try for act it, know my bad like hospice. Used to think my heart like up, you coming like a lock bitch. Can you be my home? I'm a second show. Only one that king when me can put up on a throne.
Make you listen, me no darling. Ready for whatever, you're my all in. This a type of love I make you fall out, but you not feel no pain. Niceness I reach you again and again, don't care. You a goddess. Some woulda say you're the baddest. I woulda say you're the best. Yeah, real some say it to my chest.
It's not my goddess. Go song for me, gonna shop
You
it.
know,
They are things that me tired of man. Build my book up on the Rastafarian.
see you,
You know the thing about Protoje.
be a thing of fun. I'm sure it.
Well, apart from being mesmerised by Trincia's beauty, the song is pretty decent. But I just, not gonna lie, I want to hear it again. Another time. Another time. We're getting into the next track is called Feel It. And I feel like I have actually heard this song as well. Don't know if it was from here though. Pretty sure the one I'm thinking of is feel it, baby, can you feel it? If I'm even, let's just have a look. Here's this song. There's actually two songs. Okay, to this one actually. Hold on. What I can do for this one? So I'm not sure if there is a music video. Let me just check, and if not, I can just sit with this one with the lyrics. Oh, there is a video. I'll go to the video. Oh.
Is this a dream? Am I awake? Moon on your skin, hands round your waist. Music is love, and I yearn to not let. The way how you moving got me feeling away, away, away. Something knows that you are feeling, 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 feeling. And something knows that you are feeling, feeling. Is this a dream? Am I awake? Moon on your skin, hands round your waist. Music is love, and I yearn to not let. The way how you moving got me feeling away, away, away.
Baby. The video wise, it was a pretty standard video. Nice video. And now we move on to the next track. At Wi-Fi featuring Damian Marley. Now, with Damian, I obviously know who he is, and just like with every other artist, he's on my list. The only project I fully have heard from him is the Distant Relatives featuring Nas. It's the whole project is just them two, and it was a sick project. It still is a sick project. So I haven't actually back around to it for a while, but the songs have mostly been played as we enter Tribes at War, Namin. And that's it at the moment. Like, obviously all of these songs are saved, but I just haven't gone through the whole album in a long while, which I probably should, to be honest. But in the meantime, this is At We Feet.
Now play by the king of his all I certain to bring it up
Every time,
consistently.
every line. Hey yo, me is a youth now in a hurry. Me love me chickpeas and me tofu curry. God bless me belly full and me never spend no money. Too big pack chai when me get from me mommy. 50% of this event she said baby no worry. Them fresh vegetables only rebel would carry. The only thing she want is another big tune. So all Ricky Joe, Papi Booty Pan Tube. Send it on a book, son, maybe drop it on speaker. Play Junior Bang, Junior Gang in the feature. Mix and release, let me trample the bass. 21 guns salute, trigger finger this way. Yo, I just love I breathe. And I still life over everything. To the four seasons, nothing don't change. Keeping things straight, so we never switch lanes. Positive vibe, for your something. Whatever we need, you put up with it. Gotta wipe out while man I make plans. So in all things, and we have to give thanks, and we have to give thanks.
How we say life over everything. I say that's it over every king. Love over money, money over gun. Give thanks a little over none. Long time we tell them make a buckle. But them laugh and a chuckle and a buck shuffle. How we say blinging but not overdone. See then how the cup overrun. How we say love for all over some. How we say rise up Rasta children and never run. And inspire one another to stand up and overcome and keep showing love forever, never done.
Now I just love I breathe. And I still life over everything. To the four seasons, nothing don't change. Keeping things straight, so we never switch lanes. Positive vibe, for your something. Whatever we need, you put up with it. Gotta wipe out while man I make plans. So in all things, and we have to give thanks, and we have to give thanks. I do them so. The Addis Ababa pick up the stage show. Liquidity grey, Amara, Amoro. That just step forward, the devil keep low. Are you ready? Let's go. Let Babylon in style. Mother and child, multiply bloodline. Everything in its time, manifest it as smile. No panic, same line, fresh panic, exile. Times are a-changing, can't take control.
It's mad that the sick song, but it's mad how he said the line about Chronics. Hold on, now Chronics say him live fresh from the exile, because before I started recording this, I was a little bit torn because one, I obviously wanted to listen to Protoje's project, but also Chronix, his album Exile, is on my list as well. And given the fact last I heard from Chronix was on my Great Area Little Sims reaction, that influenced me. And the past week or so there's been few Chronix songs on my shuffle, as there always are. So yeah, today I was trying to make a decision whether to listen to Chronix Exile or Protoje's Out of Acceptance. Obviously we're here with Protoje, but yeah, Chronix is coming at some point, again whenever the moment calls for it. But
tension arise, people under a spell. In a land full of hate, show love.
people really are under a spell, especially the ego spell. Self-identification with self-form.
Gotta much as sweet as it is, I would rather spend some time with my kid. Lazy gossip is a waste of my time. Cost me nothing, so I pay it no mind.
So that's another way of acceptance, is not seeking the revenge either if somebody's done you wrong. Just letting go and accepting that things are just how they are. It's just, life's just easy that way. It's easier that way because you're not filling up yourself with those chemicals of blame. Oh, my mind's gone blank. Blame, anger, anything like that, because they're just not nice emotions. But again, if you do feel, anger or anxious, anything like that, just know that that's not you. You're not anger. That's just something you've learned as a condition. Like, if you do feel angry, just know that the feeling is there and just let it pass through you, rather than keeping it there and doubling down on it and saying that you're an angry person when you're not. Angry person wasn't born angry. They learned anger as a response. And then eventually it created a habit, and then it's like a conditioned thing, because it's like tying your shoes. You've always done it for so long, now it's automatic. And it's the same with things like these.
Rasta will protect you from the locust. Some don't go with love, some them no Jordan. How much time can make you know you're chosen? When you're fed up, remember tiny. Passion when you step into the minefield. Anything can happen in the heartbeat. But what's in the prayer, some the trophy.
This is it. Literally anything can happen in a heartbeat. Like, tomorrow's never promised. The next hour's never promised. Your dinner that you had planned for later might not be promised. Like, that's why you just have to accept the present moment and just be in that moment without trying to put your mind onto some sort of salvation in the future, because you can only save yourself here and now.
Unapologetic, never disrespecting. What are you reflecting? What you're retrospecting? I'm so calm and so collected with a firm objective. Rasta you them have to go make it simple, alphabetic. His Majesty self-elected, guided and protected. Black people well connected, link up like a necklace. Babylon you get to endless, bigger than a deadlift. Tear your cities.
Linked him up like a necklace. Mad. Because obviously you have links in. I've never heard of this person either. As well. Pressure bus pipe. But he's got bars.
I think it's nothing else not exists. We are the chosen. Why not unify? System is so broken. How can you decide? Sell yourself for token. Where's the fucking pride? Why should be no woken? Hard to close your eyes. How long we gonna let them conquer and divide? Brainwashing of money.
I will obviously stop pausing it. Well, to be fair, we've only got 49 seconds, but hold on, my mind's gone blank. What did he say? Just take it back a sec.
How long we gonna let them conquer and divide? Brainwashing of money is happening for a while. Those who wear the cotton fields only for a smile. Joy come in the morning, the pain is for a night. Holocaust.
Hold on, let me get the. Oh, I didn't really miss that line. Tear your cities down like a Tetris. Nothing else, no exist. System is so broken. How can you decide? Focus with your fucking pride. Once you've been awoken, how to close your eyes. Yeah, I've been saying, it's like, obviously myself, I had the awakening, and I'm still also going through it, because it's never, the healing journey never really truly stops. But I was actually having this conversation with somebody the other day, and was saying like how much more, if I'm looking back on it now, like things seemed so simple when the awakening wasn't there, because I would just try to satisfy my sense of self through external things, through ego. But yeah, once you wake up and you see things for as they are in all aspects, you know, with ego, narcissism, the art of acceptance, everything, it's hard to not see it once you do. So this song's, there's a lot of, obviously this album's feels very influential so far, and very reaffirming as well. This is the trouble. Most people these days just can't say they don't know something. They have to know everything, and the fact that they can't be not taught but not open to another way of seeing things as well, it's crazy.
To whom do you belong? To Abba Akel. Read my book with my highlighter. The moment the sight up, my eyes light up. Jesus Christus, never born on Christmas. Check the history. Why did we discuss? I discuss how we dash it way in a disgust. Distrust the other city, listen to this us. Selassie they at the top like meniscus. A king was born, they say it's likely you. July 23rd, 1892. 1920 Marcus make a proclamation. 1930 November a coronation. A man when born rate his majesty, me hail his majesty. As a king you shook the earth at a frequency. The earth no frequency. I'm a reference. I go money where the lesson. I just see teachings of his majesty. People see riches and a vanity. Thousand ashes on their backs. Oh, there ain't no cure for that. Generational attacks. Drugs and liquor to distract. Breaking down communities. Stolen opportunity. Protected by immunity. They waiting for the mutiny. Yeah. Children digging in the mines. Wipe them off and make them shine. Send them here for you and I. Are we down to pay the price?
Oceans of smiles, mountains of promise, patient and kind, open and honest, innocent eyes gazing upon us. See something marvelous, see something marvelous.
I should never complain. I got my blessings and I'm feeling no pain. Me and my family you told me know my life's sweet. Still I can't shake the vibe as I close my door. Thoughts drift away to some distant shore. Eyes of the children, lies as we kill them. How could we blame them for wanting more? Cause we've led them astray, brought them to pain, forced them to live with the scars and the stains. All of the young ones adrift on the waves.
Speaking facts from a point of hold on, yeah, where it's like obviously talking about, because we literally just pass stuff on. Like, I haven't got kids myself, but obviously I have been a kid once, and my parents passed on stuff as well, because obviously, like, before you were old enough to evaluate what was happening, your nervous system was learning, and it was learning, you know, and absorbing the emotional environment, you know, of your parents, the tone of your household. It was basically good responses based on what it encountered, and also as well, like, whatever, and Gabble said this, whatever you don't resolve within yourself, you will pass it on to your kids automatically. And that's not like, it's not deliberate, it's not malicious, it's just automatic. Because if you don't know that is there, then how can you fix that? And also, if, you know, your parents never received something from their parents, or something happened, then how can they give it to you? Unless there's obviously been that self-awareness and growth. So ideally, like, your first layer of conditioning comes from a part of where you have no say in it. It was like that transition smooth.
I'll always be in your corner. I'll always be on your side. Those times get so strange. Some things don't change. I'll always be in your corner. Isn't it a special feeling, knowing that you need it, seeing that you love and you're good enough? I know you think you're not deserving, I can see you hurting. Trust me, say you're worth it, you've had it rough. On yourself you're the hardest, but you're trying regardless, and you make it through darkness. We've lost a few, but Jah is willing and able to prepare us a table, and the simplest and everything you know. I'll always be in your corner. I'll always be on your side. Those times get so strange. Some things don't change. I'll always be in your corner. You never know what tomorrow may bring.
Don't.
Whatever happens, just remember I've got you. And anytime that you step in the ring, unconditional love here and after. I'll always be in your corner. I'll always be on your side. But who was planting the trees? Oh please, I'm a give up harvest. I never set a foot in the field. You know me. How could you ever promise something you never see? But me they are regardless. I forgive praise that it be. You see, just a make your love overflow. Let it show, Lord I know. Just a make your love overflow. Let it flow. Just a make your love overflow. Let it show, Lord I know. Just a make your love overflow. Love and hate can never be friends. So oh, we elevate and live above the tragedy. I think we this slave, they go run the revenge. Watch it evaporate after you do the events. Better work for yourself, cause the search never ending. The thirst never quench, and judge your blessings are drenched. First line of defense, whenever needed and tempt me. Nations have plenty, hope never empty. Your love overflow, let it show, Lord I know. Just a bit your love overflow. Just a bit your love overflow, let it show, Lord I know. Just a bit your love overflow.
But the art of acceptance has to come into this. Okay. So, yeah, unfortunately we're getting into the last track called 10 Times Around the Sun. So, here we go.
I don't wanna run 10 times around the sun. There's in every ground. Once I see what it becomes. I don't wanna be lost in my reality, or be hostage to these dreams that you say you got for me. Gotta be moving at my own pace, with blessings and grace, traveled long days, just looking some peace, cannot complain. All this life has brought me many updates. Listen, man, just want free from these constraints. Got me place upon self, others high on.
Life does bring you things, but if you're willing to take it as a lesson and learn from it, there is, yeah, again back to the art of acceptance.
The wise about me great, girl, your destiny at stake. Invested in your faith, simplify it, those are basics. See, life is what you make it. I don't wanna run, I don't wanna run 10 times around the sun.
Life is what you make it, but it's also important to know that life comes from you, not at you. You are life.
That you say you got for me.
Okay, and the art of acceptance is finished, which saddens me. But again, the responsibility comes down to me. It's not Protoje's fault. But what a sick album. It was a genuinely really lovely project. It wasn't really like what I was going to say is that what I've really enjoyed about this album, that it wasn't really like a hype album in terms of it was just all mellow, very healing, and yeah, it wasn't. No, there isn't like songs for the club, for example. Not that I attend clubs anymore, but like it just genuinely felt like just a nice, calm, grounded project, and that's really what I can say. As there's nothing else coming in to me in this present moment, but again, silence sometimes speaks more. So yeah, I am also looking forward to going through his other projects at some point. As to when, fuck knows. I really don't know. So yeah, before I go, I just want to say thank you for joining me for this experience, and I'll see you next time.